Hello everyone, welcome back to Archviz Africa. It's Dixon here again with you from AAA Studio. For the past 3 weeks, we've been having a look at D5 render and we've been having a look at animation. We explored how to bring your model from Revit into D5, how to import models from 3D Warehouse as well as 3ds Max, and then basically also explored a few tricks in terms of your camera movement. We looked at several movements with the camera. Also, we had a look at how to move your car. We looked at how to rotate your camera, which was quite interesting. So if you missed the tutorials, just check series part 1, part 2, and part 3, and I think you enjoy it. So today what we're going to do is that we're going to have a look at the shops that I created in this animation. So these shops was what we call afterthought. It wasn't something that I planned. I just basically finished the animation, and I thought that the animation was too short, and also it did not really express the space that I was trying to reimagine. Because in Zanzibar, the streets, there's a lot of kind of tourist shops, like African craft and all that. So I thought it would be quite nice to have that. So, but because I had already created this model, I didn't want to now take this model to go and edit or change it. So what I did is that I imported this model again, the same model, this model, but I just created the shop on the side of the model, because obviously these videos, which are a lot of videos here, are going to be stitched together to create one form. So it doesn't really matter if I have a lot of buildings here and each of them have different animation inside, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm going to put all this video together to create one video, okay? So let's bring that model in. So we just go to import, and then we're just going to say pick the shop only, and we're going to bring it in. Just say click on that, and then we have exactly the same model. But what is different with this model is that here you can see I have the shop, okay? There, I've got the shop there, which is just basically creating an opening in there. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of set that view. I'm going, and you can also change the camera speed. So if you zoom in and out and it's moving a bit fast, you can basically change the camera movement speed here. So sometimes I lower it so that it doesn't move too quickly for me, okay? So let's say this is the view. Let's have a look. So something like that. So something like this, okay? Let's go a little bit down. And you can also use the eye level to check if you are getting a good eye level as well. Okay, so let's say that works for us. So we're going to go to the list and we'll click the plus sign to save. The beauty of D5 is that I have different models here, but it doesn't matter. I don't have to zoom in and out or scroll in and try and navigate to find that model. I can easily click on this, and it has taken me to that view, which is that model, okay, which is the first model, which is this one. If I click on this one, it takes me back to the new one, which is quite nice. And also, what is going to make my life much easy is that I'm going to just click on this one, the first one, and then I'll use the material picker tool by pressing I, and then I pick this material, and then I use the paintbrush here to copy this material. So now this material is copied. Now let's look. If I go and click on the scene that I've just created, I can basically apply that material here, and then I can just basically change the UV of that material. There you go. Okay, so not much was done, but really quick, I'm able to kind of get what I'm looking for. So let's go back to that scene. Again, material picker, I'm going to pick the walls, okay? And then once I pick the walls, I'm going to copy it. I'll go back here, and then I'll apply it there. There you go, there. Okay, so it is really, really simple, okay? Quite simple to kind of create what we're trying to get. So we can go through the same process again, pick all the material settings that we have. So we're gonna pick that, copy it, go there, and then we're going to paste that there. Okay, so there you go. Very, very, very simple. Okay, there you have it. Okay, so if we look into our shop, we also had like a concrete kind of finish in there. Okay, let's go back there. Let's pick the wood material. Let's copy it quickly. Let's go back. Let's paste it there. Okay, if we go back there, we pick the glass again. We can apply it there. Quite simple, isn't it? Okay, so we can basically do that. Okay, so you can see already we are getting our shop we are getting our shop in there. Okay, so let's go back to this scene again, and then let's pick again material picker. Let's copy that, and there you go. Okay, simple. I love this software. I think it's quite a nice it's very simple and very friendly to use. Okay, so the most of these objects that I have here, actually all of them are from SketchUp Warehouse. Okay, so we are going to just basically bring them in by going to import, click on the plus sign, and then let's go have a look at where we saved it. Okay, models and craft, and there you are, you have it. Okay, so you can just bring it in, open. Once you finish loading, you click on that sign. Okay, so this you would want to kind of edit this in SketchUp to take this base off. So let's take that off. I think I have one that I had already edited. So let's see, I think it's this one. Is it this one? Did I bring, no, I brought the same thing. Okay, so let's delete that. Let's delete that. Let's go. Yeah, that one. Let's bring it in somewhere there. We will rearrange these objects. So this is just to give you an idea of how this scene was created. And so here, what I did was that I just positioned these here and I rotated them like that, and I just position them in. And you can also go on top view if you want to go to top view, so that you can see by pressing T to go to top view, so that you can see exactly where this is being positioned. So you can do that, and then you can go back there, and you can press Ctrl D to duplicate it. So I just duplicated that. Ctrl D again to duplicate, and just position it there. Ctrl D. You can just basically arrange these objects in our space. Okay, so you see already we are beginning to have that effect of the space. Okay, so let's go back again. Let's look for some mask that we can bring in, and we can just basically position it in. We can reduce the scale of it. Okay, just make sure it's not kind of hanging in the air. Okay, this is why I go to the top view by pressing T, because there I'm able to make sure that it is on the wall. Okay, so I'll do that. Let's go in and basically bring in some artwork, some beautiful African artwork into the space. You can bring this in here, and you can basically also kind of rotate it to kind of feel like it's lying on there. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so yeah, it's quite simple and nice to explore. So you can see I'm bringing different items in here, because the goal was just to show the process that I went through. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this as well. Okay, there you go. And then I'm going to copy the door. So I'm going to go here and I'll click on this door, Control D, duplicate, and then I'll go to the scene again, and I have my door. There you go. Got your door. In here, I'm going to go to top view, and I'm going to position this door nicely in there. There you go. There I have got my door. and I am going to place in some light into the space. Sorry, let's go back in there, place some light into the space. There, just like that. Okay. And you could actually place, let's go to assets and let's go to model, and I'm going to just place a tree somewhere in here, which I actually didn't do in there, but now I was just thinking about it now. That would be nice to have these soft shadows kind of coming in there. Okay, so we could work on the position of the tree a little bit. Let's escape that. Or we could also kind of work on that with our lighting to get the shadow of the tree as we want. So if we go to the sky and we work something like this. Okay. So the possibilities are endless. You can really enjoy yourself by exploring D5. So I think we will end today's session here. The idea was to show you how I created this this shop. You can basically populate it the way you want it to look like, okay, as well. And then next week what we will do is that we will explore how to kind of stitch together these animations to create one form, and then maybe even add maybe some sound to it as well. So you see that the tree was not saved because we did not save it. So if we go back there, we can go to the list and we have to save that changes. Okay, so we have the old one and we have a new one, which is very nice as well. Okay, so if we want, we could have actually just to continue what was happening on the other side there, we could have added some of these furniture in here as well. Remember, this was about telling the story of a place that I've been, and so you could kind of reimagine this thing the way you want it to be. But I think it would have been nicer to have this there. That's something that I didn't think about. Okay, so yes, once again, thank you very much for joining me. Looking forward to share with you again next week on how to put all this together, and you can cut bits and pieces here and there as well as we put it together. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. And bye for now. See you again. Bye.